One of the ways to reduce teacher workload is to reduce the amount of time they move around the school. So this report here is a movement report. It lists all of the teachers on the left and a score which indicates how much are they moving. Each of these between the bars is a day. That's like Monday, and then a bar, and then Tuesday, and so on. So once you get an understanding of the report, you can see these fours, for example, which are across campus movement. If I click on the 4, that's a penalty is the 4. So this particular student, teacher Irene, is moving from Block D, this class, to Block E, and that is between the periods, Monday, the second week, periods 3 and 4. So that's not across a break, and those blocks are on opposite ends of the school because we've spatially coded them. So that means the teacher has to hurry, or perhaps be stressed, or be perhaps a bit late, and certainly has to carry some of their books and so on. So that's a penalty that teacher has to move, and the total score here is total penalty. Proximity is sort of how far they are from their normal homeroom. So we're trying to reduce the movement. We're also trying to say where you do move, try and move within the vicinity of your homeroom for resources and the like. So this is an interesting report. But the key thing is that it's the movement, these numbers are something that the software can now address. So if we look in the master, you will see that there is like there's a movement value on the right hand side here in this stats box here. So that that's sort of indicating that there is a movement penalty. So we're trying to reduce that penalty. And in here we can say try and, this is the weightings, so you can say that reduce the movement of teachers. When you do the schedule, try and do so that the classes the teacher takes is more likely to be scheduled sequentially such that they don't need to move unless it's across a break. And so too with the students, we can have them have their movement significantly reduced. This is at the scheduling phase, mind. So this is not when you're doing the rooming. This is where you're placing the classes. Once you place the classes, if you know the teacher was taking a Year 10 class and they were in one end of the campus, and then the next period they're taking a Year 11 class, and Year 11 is in the senior rooms and they're on Block C, which is the other side of the campus. So it could be that between those two periods the teacher has to walk quite a way. So in a sense it would be better that we pick up this and move that English class to this period. That means that when they are moving from between those two ends of the campus, they're doing so across a break, so that's a little bit easier for, and you'll see that movement score has come down to indicate there's less penalty of movement as a result of that. So yeah, in the allocation screen we have some statistics here. So teacher movement is a score, and we're trying to reduce that value to, in a sense, reduce the movement. So the previous screen was penalising movement and ensuring that the timetable was in a better result, so that when we do the rooming there is less movement required. But in this screen we're actually doing the rooming, so it's a slight distinction between having sequential classes which have different room requirements versus once you have the grid, you now need to allocate the rooms. So to do that often takes, most UK schools will take a day to do it, possibly a bit more by the time they've made some changes. So to reduce teacher workload in the person doing the rooming, I'm now rooming the school from scratch, and you will see that yeah, we're looking at sort of 5 rounds of, it's looking at allocating the rooms and improving them until all the rooms have been assigned. And so that is the That's as quick as it takes. It's literally seconds to generate the whole rooming solution. But the key thing is that it's doing a better job. So it's less focus is on saving the timetablers time, more focus is on getting a better result for the students, and that's with students moving less and teachers moving less, because that is ultimately reducing their workload. So